Hello everyone. This is the session 4 on pre-romanticism. Pre-romanticism, Rousseau's ideas of liberty, equality and fraternity were not only the key terms of French Revolution. These were also romanticism behind the life force. Rousseau gave his message to the world in 1870s, which is now called pre-romantic period in English. Romanticism is a cultural movement about Europe from 1740s onward. It succeeds in neoclassicism and proceeded and presented Romanticism, which officially began in 1798 with the lyrical ballads by Wordsworth and Coleridge. There are many trends that represent pre-romanticism as followed: faith in human beings, faith in the high moral religious value of sympathy or benevolence, we call it school of sensibility, interest in humanitarian movements and reforms, like origin of labor standards, child labor law, slave trade, mental health and penal reform, and also human beings of faith in instinctive goodness. Pre-Romanticism is the thought that has prepared the ground for its full sense in Romanticism. In various ways, these are all departures from the orderly framework of Neoclassicism and its authorized genres. The most important constituents of pre-romanticism are the Sturm and Drang phrase of German literature, the primitism of Jean-Jacques Rousseau and of Ossianism, the sentimental novel in culture of sensibility. We find the sublime for the taste and the landscape in the picturesque, the early Gothic novels of sensationalism, the melancholy of English graveyard poetry, and the revival of interest in old ballads and romances. We find as the trend of pre-romanticism. These developments seem to have helped and give a new sense of subjective and spontaneous individual feeling. The interests of the writers of the pre-romantic period are death, mutability, mourning, melancholy kind we call graveyard school, like Blades, the Gray's Elegy in a Country Churchyard as examples. Few writers, Thomas Gray, William Cowper, William Blake, Robert Burns, and James Thomson, are considered the most noted pre-romantic poets, are also painters and literators. We find interest in the medieval period as an age of faith, chivalry, and poetry attacks on Pope and other neoclassical writers, revival or imitation of older forms of verses, ballads, sonnets, blank verse, Spenserian stanzas, etc. in this period. They use local dialects and color, translation or imitation of Oriental tales and Scandinavian or old Celtic tales or literature. The theological novel of development, the Gothic school and the school of terror we find in pre-romantic period. There are tremendous theories also developed in this period. Literary theories, literary criticism, the most important of the stresses are the imaginative, emotional, intuitive, free, individual, and particular over rational, formal, and general. Shakespeare, Spenser, and Milton, period of the exaltation of violence, and revolutionary spirit, especially in America and France. These are all the trends of pre-romantic period. And